Hello, my name is Katie Allen. Today I'll be presenting Ageism, Stereotypes in the Media. This is our social justice project advocating for older adults for Sociology 1300. All right, let's get started. So before we can dive into ageism stereotypes in the media, we do need to understand what ageism is. It is a set of beliefs about the age that you can usually see in healthcare, workplaces, public policy, and today I'll be focusing on mass media. And it involves two types of activities that include prejudice and discrimination. So, ageism manifests itself in many ways. Today, I'll be focusing on how it manifests itself specifically in advertising. First, we have a lack of representation. Older adults are significantly underrepresented in advertising, and when they are included, they often appear just in ads for health products, health insurance, retirement plans, and this reinforces the idea that aging is primarily associated with a decline or a dependence on younger individuals. Next, we have youth-centric messaging. Many ads suggest that youthfulness equals attractiveness, happiness, and success. And this messaging can be very alienating to older audiences and implies that they are less valuable than their younger counterparts. And lastly, we have stereotypical roles and traits. So older individuals are frequently depicted as frail, technologically incompetent in ads, and advertisers can often portray them as out of touch and relying on younger individuals for knowledge, and they usually depend on them. And this often reinforces the stereotype that aging equals incompetence. Here we have some examples that I found of ageism in advertising. So first we have Who Wants to Look Young, and this is promoting a wrinkle cream, which is being promoted by a very young woman. And then next we have Paula's Choice, the must-have product for anti-aging. And next we have Meet Martha. This commercial was essentially making fun of how older women interact with younger individuals and their often rude personalities towards them, which is a complete stereotype and is not true for everyone. Next, we're going to move on to how race and sex can play a part in these stereotypes. So I'm going to focus on the beauty industry for these, just because that is where I found that ageism is most prevalent in advertising. First, we have gender norms. So the beauty industry is obviously primarily targeted towards women, and this reinforces the idea that beauty is a critical aspect of the female identity. And it's basically saying that, are you even really a woman if you're not beautiful? That kind of languaging. And then next we have underrepresentation of non-white individuals. Historically, beauty advertising has favored white models and white individuals in general. And this reinforces the beauty standards in our country that prefer skinny, white, and beautiful women, and it excludes these non-white individuals. Even when you look at not even the advertising of the beauty industry, just the products that they sell in their day-to-day operations, if they'll release a foundation and it only comes out with shades for white people, that's completely excluding a certain demographic. Next, we have men and ageism, and I have noticed that men are less frequently targeted by ageist advertising, but they still are definitely a target. But often older men are portrayed as wise or strong. While there is still ageist stereotypes towards men, they are less severe than compared to women. So here's an example of a ageist advertising campaign done by Olay. This was their anti-aging product, and Olay and a lot of other skincare brands have used the term anti-aging in a lot of their advertising. So this ad here, we have "Join me in the battle against aging" when this is a young woman who has very clear skin. And many older women can find these campaigns hurtful and disempowering, and that their wrinkles are something that needs to be fixed or changed about themselves. In recent years, brands have moved away from anti-aging languaging, which is a great step into reducing ageist advertising, but it's still fully a problem, and these anti-aging products should not be pushed towards older individuals and even younger individuals. They're using scare tactics to say, oh, you don't need to have wrinkles when you're older, so start right now. Start when you're 25 to 30 and start using these anti-aging cream. But yeah. So here's an example for an ageist advertisement for men. This is the brand Just for Men, and this is their Eliminate Gray campaign. So Just for Men is a hair dye company that targets getting rid of gray hair to look more attractive, confident, and youthful. And this is a clear message that gray hair is undesirable and it should be fixed. So what are the impact of these stereotypes? There can be plenty of impact of these stereotypes, but I'll be focusing on several today. So the first one will be reduced self-esteem and body image issues. Ageist ads can create insecurity, especially for older adults who may feel unattractive or pressured to look a certain way in their old age, and this can eventually impact their self-esteem. And it can even lead to unhealthy beauty practices such as, going to get a surgery to fix their wrinkles, getting Botox, using unsafe healthcare products or beauty care products that are not, necessarily FDA approved to get rid of these wrinkles and these signs of aging. The next one we have is internalized ageism. So once someone is witnessing all of these ageist ads over and over and over again for years and years and years, they can start to build up in someone's mind and make them have negative portrayals of themselves because they may be showing signs of aging, such as wrinkles, gray hair, and these can build up over time and eventually affect one's mental health, their self-worth, and their willingness to stay socially engaged with society. And the last one we have is the impact on intergenerational relationships. So once again, when someone's seeing these ageist ads over and over and over again, a young person may think, oh, maybe all old people are just really frail and out of touch and passive and even rude sometimes. And then on the other end of it, older individuals will see these ads and know that the younger generations are the ones creating these ads and think, oh, well, younger generations don't like me. They don't want to be around me. They have certain stereotypes towards me. So there's just like a little bit of a gap in between these generations due to these ageist advertisements. So how can we fix this? Going into advocacy and solutions for ageism. So we have promoting positive and diverse representation. I believe that brands should cast older individuals in very realistic roles to challenge stereotypes and depict aging as a normal and diverse experience, not something that should be frowned upon. Next, we have shifting from anti-aging to pro-aging marketing, which would be big for the beauty industry. We should challenge the language that anti-aging to pro-aging can promote a more positive view of aging and framing it as a natural aspect of our lives. Next, we have educating advertisers and marketers on age bias. So if we provide more education to marketers and help them recognize age bias, it can lead to more respectful, age-inclusive advertising that can appeal to all demographics, not just young people. And lastly, we have raising public awareness and changing perceptions of aging. So continuing on to my last point, I think overall just more education should be out there about ageism and how it can negatively affect these demographics. So the Red Hat Society. The Red Hat Society was founded in 1998 by Sue Ellen Cooper, and it's a global organization for women over the age of 50, and it promotes fun, friendship, and personal fulfillment. And this is a way that people have tried to advocate for these groups, and this is a very successful group that has done so. The Red Hat Society currently has hundreds of chapters in the US, and they spread over 30 countries. And the Red Hat Society encourages older women to embrace aging unapologetically and challenge societal standards and societal expectations of them. And they represent a vibrant, active language of older women and counter these stereotypes of being frail, being irrelevant, being passive, being rude. RHS has had a big impact on public perception of older individuals, more specifically older women. They showcase diverse experiences among older women and knocking down some of these stereotypes that all older women are the same, act the same, have the same personalities, and the same interests. So how can some of our gerontological theories apply? First, I have disengagement theory, which suggests that aging naturally involves a gradual withdrawal from social roles and activities as individuals prepare for the end of their lives. Ageist advertising can often reinforce this theory by portraying older individuals as passive or irrelevant and not, active members of society. And this type of representation can assume that older individuals are disconnected, uninterested in other activities. And this reinforces that the elderly should be excluded from mainstream consumer culture and left out of ads and all that kind of stuff. Next, we have labeling theory, and it suggests that society's labels and stereotypes impact how individuals are perceived, treated, including their self identity, not even how the public is perceiving them, but how they are perceiving themselves. So, ageist advertising often labels individuals with stereotypes as forgetful, fragile, and these labels can contribute to a negative self perception and can discourage older individuals from embracing their age and embracing the aging process. And ads based on labeling theory, if we were to integrate more of these ads, they could promote a positive, empowering labels for these older individuals like wise, capable, experienced, and still beautiful in their old age, and that aging is a beautiful process. And it can help reshape the narrative around aging and reduce internalized ageism among these older individuals. All right, so now I have my sources. Thank you for watching.